welcome to tonight's recap of So You Think You Can Dance.
It's the top 20.20.
Alright.
It's gonna be 16 soon.
It's late. Okay. So they started off with the group dance, and it was to The Beautiful People.
Marilyn Manson. Cyrus was this half man, half skeleton.
Yeah, he was really like the central
figure.
Yes, in the routine.
It was like a heavy metal meet Jack Skellington deliciousness. I could have sworn it was a Sonia routine.
But it wasn't.
I was shocked when they said...
Tabitha and Napoleon.
Is she having Rosemary's baby or something?
The baby choreographed that.
Probably.
The fetus. Alright. So the judges
more than
this
a fetus
week,
right now.
Alright. Nigel, Mary, and Lambshanks, a.k.a. Adam Shankman.
And he was in rare form.
He was throwing out all of his plugs for Step Up.
That's right. Step it up.
No.
Step up?
Yes.
Revolution.
Alright, so first let's talk about Lindsay and Cole. They did a Christopher Scott hip-hop.
He was a nerd. She was a sexy dentist. Or was she?
The judges didn't think so.
No. They had some great characters there for themselves, but they didn't have a lot of chemistry going on for each other.
But Cole...
And that kind of ruined it.
Cole really pulled off that character, and he stayed in character the whole time he was getting his comments, and it was kind of like, what? He was like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. He stays in character till the DVD commentary's over.
Unlike Robert Downey Jr., though, it was to the point of being annoying.
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, enough. Let it go. Even Shanks said, let it go, and he was just like, all right. Amelia and Will were up next with a Sonia contemporary.
Sonia really hit it out of the park tonight.
I really loved this one. You didn't think it was that amazing. You liked it, but
I liked it.
I really liked it. I thought it was amazing because they made the whole thing look so effortless, and you know that those steps would diff. They would totally diff.
Totes diff.
Yeah, and I really liked it. Amber and Nick up next with the Miriam and Leonardo tango. I believe it was an Argentine tango.
It looked like it. I wanted to love it. It seemed kind of sloppy.
It did. It was the second week in a row that Nick got his style. And it really should have been out of the park, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let us know if you guys know. Is Nick more of like a Latin dancer? Because his ballroom just feels, it's like a little bit lacking for me.
Yeah. All right, Audrey and Matthew. They had the other Sonia number of the night, a Sonia Jazz.
Yeah, I preferred this one over the first one. I thought both were great, but I thought this one was better.
See, I liked Amelia and Will's much better. This was, to me, this one was one of those really heavy, robotic, like, bass.
It reminded me of, like, Transformers, except I've never seen
Well,
those movies.
This reminded me of the girl who won last season's,
Melanie?
Yeah, Melanie's final numbers that Sonia had choreographed for her, and I thought hers was way better than this one, so maybe this one kind of paled in comparison to Melanie's.
Okay.
So, it didn't sit well with me.
Well, next up was another Christopher Scott hip-hop. This time it was danced by Janelle and Darian.
It was a cute concept.
I adored the concept of this routine, but they didn't really execute it that well. It was too
so forgettable.
A hip-hop to My Girl by the Temptations. What?
That was a great idea, but it was great on paper, but in, execution it was not great. And it wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault. Well,
I thought they could have played the characters a little bit better.
What was it? Was it the choreography or the performance? I don't know.
A little bit of both?
I think a little bit of both. Then, to distract away from the horrificness of it, Adam forced himself on Nigel. He did the old hand on the mouth trick. Thank you, Saturday Night Live. All right. And like 8th grade.
All right, next up, Janiyah and Brandon. They had a Broadway routine by Sean Cheeseman.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Now these two know how to portray a character.
They were sitting on a bus stop. They had great characters. It was well danced. The choreography was out of the park. And Sean Cheeseman had the best faces when they were critiquing his work.
He's like,
it was
we
great.
love you, Sean! Okay.
All right. Eliana and Cyrus up next with their Tony and Melody jive. It wasn't so bad, But he sure was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrific. A real dog's dinner if you watch Hell's Kitchen.
I don't think we need to get into the technique chat.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it as that. All right, Alexa and Daniel. D. Caspary, contemporary.
This was like a bathtub thing. I was confused about the story. Like, were they mad at each other? Were they
drowned and they went to heaven, or?
I was a little bit confused, but
I wasn't feeling it at all.
Yeah,
I wasn't feeling the choreography or the dancing or the chemistry. What was missing? Everything. I'm sorry, I just didn't like it.
All right. We just didn't get it.
Tiffany and George up next. Tony Meredith and Melanie Foxtrot.
Sounds like her last name is Foxtrot.
I know.
All right. This was great. I love this. I loved it as a routine. However, as a foxtrot, where was the foxtrot?
Yeah.
They were in hold for about 2 seconds.
At least it was better than the jive.
True.
All right.
Again, loved it as like a performance, but I didn't feel like it was really a foxtrot.
Because it wasn't.
Okay.
All right. Whitney and Keon. Or Keon, actually. I'm sorry. Nikul Dev Mahajan. Bollywood.
First Bollywood of the season.
Fantastic.
They did a great job.
They really did do a great job. Especially Keon.
Yeah.
There was one point in the dance, though, where they did the knee turns, where I really felt like they were losing some steam, and it was teetering on the edge of imploding, but they managed to pull it all back.
That's tough to pull off.
It is. It's very, I would imagine it's very tiring and very difficult to stay in sync with your partner when you're doing that.
All right.
But they did well.
After all the performance is over, it's time for Kat to announce the bottom 3 girls and boys.
All right, so the girls are Janaya, Alexa, and Whitney.
And the guys, Nick, Daniel, and Keon.
Well, Nigel informs everyone that we don't need to see any redancing. So they've already made their minds up from last week. Oh no!
Yeah.
All right.
Time for the Step Up Revolution promo!
Woohoo! Twitch, Philip, Tony, and Catherine. They do some little vignettes up on the stage.
These are all people who have appeared on So You Think You So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah.
What show is this?
Why, it's SYTYCD.
Okay.
All right, so they did a good job. It looked
Good for
really
you,
good.
Catherine. She's like the girl lead in the movie.
I always thought she was underrated on the show. And, you know, she was like a sleeper on the show, but she's really fabulous.
Yes.
All right, then Nigel gave some sort of weird speech
He was
about...
like, we don't vote people off, we save them.
Yeah.
It was very strange. It's like he was feeling guilty, so he had to like justify it or something.
Yeah, and he was like, the audience doesn't eliminate anyone, and we don't vote anyone off.
All right, so 2 girls and 2 guys had to go.
Well, they ended up saving Whitney and Keon.
Yep.
I thought that was probably the best choice. I definitely would agree with that.
Which means it was time to say goodbye to Janaya, Alexa, Nick, and Daniel.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
We hardly knew you, but you did a good job.
All right. Let's quick talk about faves.
All right. We both liked the Broadway number.
Which sucks, because Janaya's gone.
I know. I liked the Bollywood, and I liked the Amelia and Will.
All right. Well, I liked the Foxtrot and the other Sonia routine.
So you guys, leave it in the comments what your favorite routines were. Now, who do you think's going home?
I don't know.
It's a tough one, right?
Yep.
I have to say, though, I think Janelle and Darian are in serious trouble. Yeah, with their, the hip-hop, the My Girl one.
Mm-hmm.
And again, leave it in the comments. Who do you think is going home? Who's in trouble? And I guess we'll have to wait a whole week to find out. That's the thing that sucks about the results show, that you have to wait a whole week and you're like, oh, what were the dances last week again?
I forgot.
I know. That really sucks that there's a whole week in between. So, guys, till next time, much love.